What's going on, fellas? It's your boy Gio, and today I'm back with another one. Yes, sir, another one. Appreciate you guys joining me today. Make sure you come on in and hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's get straight to it, guys. Topic of discussion: the importance of education and information. Yes. I really want to drive home how important it is that we fill our brains with pivotal information to progress our lives forward, right? Guys, the most important thing you can have is education and information. You see, the information that we consume, it will dictate our decision making. So the more informed we are with the best solutions that we have, the better our quality of life will be, because we will be able to make better decisions, right? So as it pertains to business, it improves efficiency and provides a competitive edge to the person or the organization that knows more, right? For example, Jeff Bezos back in 2009-2010 realized that a company by the name of Quidsi had gained traction with a site called diapers.com, right? And so they were kind of, leading the charge in selling baby products. What Jeff Bezos did is he took that information and he slashed the price of diapers on Amazon into a price in which the company Quidsi could no longer compete, and he took them out of business. Right now, he lost about $200 million in this process, allegedly, but with that information, he now at this point in time doesn't have a rival in the baby supplies business. So it's definitely, being informed will definitely put you in position to maintain your wealth as well as attain wealth. Now let's shift gears a little bit. In terms of following the law, if you get caught disobeying the law, the police will say it doesn't matter that you didn't know the law. You're still responsible for obeying it anyway. How many of us study the laws, right? When it comes to understanding your rights, you must know your rights in the 27 amendments in the Constitution so that you aren't taken advantage of, right? If you know that the police is supposed to inform you about the Fifth Amendment upon arrest, your Miranda laws, and they don't, you don't have to serve the crime that they accuse you of, right? You see, as an athlete, if you don't know the playbook, it doesn't matter how talented you are not going to see the field, right? You're not going to get playtime. You got companies, they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions per year in order to educate their sales force, right? Because they know that it's going to increase the bottom line. They also pay steep prices for information on their potential clients so that they know how to market to them, right? As it pertains to parenthood, a great father is going to leave his child with information to survive in this world in the most effective and efficient way that he knows how, so that his son or daughter doesn't go through unnecessary burden, right? The more quality information that we can give to our children, the better decisions that they'll be able to make, right? If you can prepare them for the world, they will be able to take it on way better than someone who wasn't prepared with the proper information. I really want to stress informing yourself and learning and educating yourself, because we have so many know-it-alls walking around today that don't own a piece of intellectual property. They don't own any piece of real or tangible property. And, they limit themselves. I don't want you guys walking around as know-it-alls. Those type of people, they don't progress once they feel that way. Once they begin to feel that way, that is where their growth stops, right? And I want you guys to understand that as soon as you think you know it all, you still don't know enough, and life will prove it to you. In relationships, a lot of you guys don't understand women, so you come to a platform like this to hear me or someone else tell you about their nature in this 21st century, this American culture, so that you can navigate your interaction with them better, so that you can get better results, right? Never want you guys to feel like you know enough, right? Read more. Listen to your elders when they speak. Listen to your mentors when they speak. You should be absorbing information. Stop talking all the time. A lot of the time in conversation, you may know 90% of what someone is telling you, but stop saying I know and wait for the 10% that you don't know. Right? Now, if you guys know anything about the Napoleonic Wars, you know that Nathan Rothschild took information very serious. After the Battle of Waterloo in the War of 1812, he received word of the winner of the war through his messengers, who were able to bypass the French and the British blockades to deliver the news to him before the rest of Britain could find out. Right? Now, what Nathan did is he ordered his workers to start selling orders on the British war bonds. And that hinted that Napoleon and the French had won the war. And that caused a multitude of others who observed his behavior, knowing how prominent he was and how he operated in the markets. It prompted them to sell off as well. Right? And when the prices of these war bonds had dropped to pennies on the dollar, Nathan then ordered his workers to start buying the bonds, all of the bonds that they could get, actually. And after the rest of Britain received the news that the English had won the war, the value of the bonds had skyrocketed. Now, with Rothschild owning such a large sum of these high value bonds, he literally, the Rothschilds, they literally owned the Bank of England at that point. And I'm like, imagine being armed with vital information before anyone else could act on it, right? That changed his family's legacy for centuries, not just generations, right? We talking, that was the early 1800s. The Rothschilds have a strong grip on the financial system in the world today. Still, such a mass transfer of wealth into one man's family occurred because one man had information before any other and was able to capitalize with that information. Now, he could have just had his messengers provide the info and buy everything up, right? No, he strategically used the info to drive the price down, then buy everything up. So it took a strategy with that information, right? So I really want to drive home how important it is that you guys take the time to, whatever field that you're in, take the time to dive deep into it. Absorb as much information as you can and apply that information, right? Application. Now, like I said, you can have all of the information that you want, but it's all about the application. There's so many people who get, they might study something or learn something and they get analysis paralysis. You may learn something new, and with all of that new information, you feel like, okay, you're knowledgeable, but you don't even know exactly where to start applying. Like, you're stuck, right? So I really want you guys to dive deep into your fields, absorb information, be a sponge, soak everything in, figure out how you can get the competitive edge in your industry, right? Figure out how you can do things the best way that you can do them, and apply those things, right? Information is very important. Education is very important. It doesn't matter that if you go to school or if you don't go to school. That's not the key here. It's about what important information, what important facts are you obtaining so that you can push yourself forward, so that you can progress your life, right? So that you can progress the life of your children, right? So, I could keep going on this subject. It's so many things that we need to be aware of, as far as rights, as far as information that's going to drive our business, as far as the quality characteristics that we need to instill in our children. It's so many things that I can go on and on about in this topic here. But let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section. I'm super curious what you guys are thinking as I relayed this info to you. Now I need you guys to support, so please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you've gained value or insight today. Right now, it takes time to gather these thoughts and speak to you guys. So that like button and that subscribe button is gonna go a long way for you, boy. But salute.